breaking, Trump just pissed off every liberal in America with what he did with his travel ban today. The Trump administration has petitioned the Supreme Court of the United States to reinstate his executive order on strict immigration guidelines from 6 Islamic terrorist hotspots this Thursday evening. The petitions filed ask for the Supreme Court to overrule previous decisions from the looney U.S. Ninth Circuit Court of Judicial Activism which blocked the travel ban. The new executive order, which President Donald Trump signed last month, states that in addition to a 120-day suspension of the nation's refugee program, the United States will not accept more than 50,000 refugees per year, down from the 110,000 cap set by the former Barack Hussein Obama administration. The new guidelines mark a dramatic change from Trump's original travel ban, issued in January and immediately met by massive protests by scumbag liberals and then ordered frozen by activist courts. The new ban lays out a far more specific national security basis for the order. Blocks the U.S. from issuing new visas and names just 6 of the 7 countries originally included in the first executive order. This new ban omits Iraq. Of course, liberal scumbags in the media seem to forget a very inconvenient fact. The Washington Post reports Obama administration helped make Trump's Muslim travel ban possible. Democrats have forgotten that Obama was nicknamed the Porter-in-Chief on January 28. President Trump signed an executive order denying entry for 90 days to the United States for individuals from Iraq, Iran, Syria, Yemen, Sudan, Libya, and Somalia. A spokeswoman from the Department of Homeland Security told Reuters that the ban would prevent green card holders from banned countries from returning to the United States if they travel abroad. In response to the ban, protests erupted at major airports across the country. As opposed to being an anomaly induced by Trump's presidency, the ban was set in motion by Barack Obama's administration. In December 2015, Obama signed into law the Visa Waiver Improvement Program and Terrorist Travel Prevention Act, which designated Iraq, Iran, Syria, Yemen, Sudan, Libya and Somalia as areas of concern. An attorney with the American Arab Anti-Discrimination Committee, Yolanda Rondon, criticized the act for blatant profiling on its face. Only nationals of particular countries, regardless of whether they have traveled to a terrorist support country or not, have to meet additional requirements they would not otherwise have to go through if they were not Arab. It is premised on the unreliable assumption that Arabs are more prone to terrorism and to commit terrorist acts, and further perpetuates stereotypes that Arabs are terrorists. In January 2016, one of the victims of the ban implemented during Obama's administration was BBC journalist Rana Rahanpour, who was prevented from traveling to the United States because she was born in Iran. In 2011, the State Department under Obama issued a 6-month ban on refugees from Iraq in response to a case in Kentucky in which 2 refugees were discovered to have fought U.S. soldiers in Iraq. ABC News reported that the refugee ban affected many who had heroically helped U.S. forces as interpreters and intelligence assets. One Iraqi who had aided American troops was assassinated before his refugee application could be processed, because of the immigration delays, 2 U.S. officials said. In 2011, fewer than 10,000 Iraqis were resettled as refugees in the U.S., half the number from the year before, State Department statistics show. While Trump's ban provided a moment of clarity to many on the left, they widely ignore Obama's record on foreign policy and immigration and a cultish obsession for his presidency. Under the Obama administration and Hillary Clinton's service as Secretary of State, weapons exports to countries in the Middle East, like Saudi Arabia, exponentially increased. Those weapons have been used to commit human rights atrocities in Yemen and other Middle Eastern countries, and in some cases have fallen into the hands of terrorist groups. Weapons exports more than doubled under the Obama administration, and bombing campaigns increased to 7 countries. Additionally, the Obama administration embraced the highly controversial use of drone strikes, increasingly relying on it despite the lack of oversight and accountability for the program, killing civilians instead of intended targets. Obama deported 2.5 million people between 2009 and 2015, earning him the nickname Deporter-in-Chief from immigration activists. Many sanctuary cities across the country proclaimed themselves as such in response to Obama's immigration policies. The sanctuary city movement gained steam largely as a rebellion against what many liberal jurisdictions viewed as intrusive immigration enforcement efforts under Obama, reported the Huffington Post on January 7. Democrats and their supporters are right to protest Trump's immigration ban. But they need to also look in the mirror, because nearly all of them remained silent when the foundation for the recent ban was being built by the Obama administration. Isn't it great how liberals are okay with the message, but if they hate the messenger they just can't admit it to themselves? Or can they but they just want to cause trouble for the president? There have been travel bans all throughout history and it has never been an issue until President Trump decided to put the safety of American citizens first. Interesting, isn't it? The Muslim nations included in the travel ban are Libya, Sudan, Yemen, Iran, Syria, and Somalia. That's only 6 after Iraq was removed. In 2010 there were 49 Muslim-majority nations in the world. Can someone tell me how this is a Muslim ban if only 12% of Muslim nations are actually banned, for only 120 days? This makes no sense whatsoever and fully illustrates how the left-wing media is working to destroy our 45th president.